Hey my peeps and peepettes, welcome back to another review by Zombill. In this review, we're going to take a look at 4 juices that was sent on to me by a company that calls themselves Quit That Grit. You can find them at quitthatgrit.com, or as I like to call them, Quit That Grit. Now you know how I roll. We're going to take a little look at their website, take a little bit about the pricing and whatnot. Then we're going to come back and do a little juice sampling, talk a little bit about it. So, before we go, let's have a little bit of a toot, shall we? Got to get this thing here reviewed sometime later this week. And welcome to the demonstration on quitthatgrit.com. So let's take a look at their website. And this is their main website here. As you can see, they have a $3.50 shipping on any USA order, and they get a free 5ml sample for every $20 spent. Always mix fresh and ship fast. As you can see over here, they've got different categories. They've got beverage, candy, fruit, sweet desserts, tobaccos. Then they have a flavor maker and custom mixes. We're going to go over some of these, plus we're going to go over pricing. Now the accessories, the only thing on the accessories is they sell a little bitty eyedropper. And I'll show you that in the actual review. Those go for 79¢, and those fit their little amber glass bottles, specifically that they have. Now this is some of their juices that they make in one of their categories. This is the beverage flavors. Now, pricing on their juices is going to start at $2.99. It's going to go up from there. And you can see starts with a 5ml amber glass with a screw cap. Then it goes to a 15ml amber glass with an eyedropper. So that means it comes with the little eyedropper for $6.49. Then it goes to a 30ml with the eyedropper for $10.99. Now their Nic levels, of course, are 0, 6, 12, and 18. And this is just an example of one of their flavors. As you can see here, they always have descriptions here underneath where it says what the product description is. And all of their juice are blended at 50/50 PGBG. Now, their e-juice is mixed fresh when you order it. To get the best taste, keep it in a dark area at least for a few days, up to a week or 2. Shake it once a day with the lid on. standard for e-juice, and that's basically how I steep my juice. And they have a point. The more everything ages together, the more full flavor you'll get. It's kind of like a wine. They're right about that. And they even recommend here. Also keep in mind some flavors are known to crack plastic tanks, mostly cinnamon and citrus types. I recommend glass tanks or rebuildable dripping atomizers with cotton wicking. That's exactly what I use. And, even though he doesn't sell any, you can send him an email and they'll give you some recommendations and where to purchase them. So now we're going to take a look at their flavor maker, which start out with some bases they call base flavor, which they have these here. Custom cheesecake, gummy bears, ice cream shop, custom tart, sweet candy. We're going to look at the gummy bears. Now see under here it says here you can take the classic gummy bear flavor and tweak it to hit all your taste buds. And right down here is where it says choose your fruit flavor. So you would choose which fruit to add to that, along with the option of adding sour flavoring for a quarter more, which is, a bargain within itself. So that's just one of the ways that you can customize one of their custom mixes. Now, their custom mixes category is basically just extras that don't fit in any specific category, like blueberry creamy, caramel apple, creamy berry, dragon's breath. And of course, their sample packs come in bottles of 4, and they sell those for $9.99. Now, the way that works is you would choose 4 of their different juices, and they have them all listed here. And that would be the 4 you get for $9.99. That's a pretty good deal for 4 to sample. You get 4 5 ml amber glass bottles, and you get one of the eyedropper caps. So that's a good ordeal. Now let's just take a look at one more thing. About their e-juice. There's 4 components that they add to any e-juice. 100% kosher USP food grade vegetable glycerin, pure USP food grade propylene glycol, diactyl free flavorings, and nicotine. All of these are high quality ingredients made in the USA. All the e-juice is blended to 50-50 PG/BG ratio for the largest vapor production and amazing taste. They believe in glass vials for storing e-liquids, as the UV light is blocked by the amber coloring, which keeps the juice fresh and very tasty. It also keeps the nicotine longer for shelf life. Their prices are some of the best around, even with other companies who only use plastics to store e-liquid. Also, Quit That Grit Vapors e-juice is always mixed fresh, right there in South Central PA. We don't have bottles of e-liquid already made up like a warehouse would that you might buy somewhere else. Always made fresh when you order it. So that concludes the presentation on their website. Now back to the review. Before I start, I must point out I did receive these free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review, but my opinion of the product will remain true, honest, and accurate as always. Here's one of the cards that they sent on to me. Quit that grit. Enjoy vaping. Quality e-juice supply. And there's the owner, John Hillman. All that information there. Save 10% using the code SAVE10. They also got a special where you get a free 5 ml sample for every I just did a Zombill. Group vape, everybody. for every $20 spent. Free 5 ml sample. Pretty good deals. So the first juice we're going to take a look at, I've got loaded up here in my little squid dripper on a little ego. Got micro coiled out at 1 ohm. Yellow snack cake. They come in these little dripper bottles here. Little dripper, little glass dripper bottles with little drippers. Now, the PGBG mix on all his liquids is a 50-50 PGBG, and he sent these to me in 6 milligram samples. So this is yellow snack cake mix. Yellow snack cake mix to me tastes like a Twinkie. Twinkie right out of the wrapper. It's got a really good creamy essence to it. It's got a vanilla vibe happening with some cake batter mixed in there. So on the flavor factor that I always have, I give that an 8 out of 10. Now as far as the throat hit goes, because it is a 6 milligram and it's a 50-50 PGBG, there's not really a whole lot of throat hit there. I'll give it a mild throat hit because, you know, there is a throat hit there, but it's not too much. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Now, as far as vapor production goes, there's some pretty good vapor production. Of course, vapor production is always going to boil down to your personal setup and how much VG content is in the liquid. So since this is a 50-50 PGBG, that 50% VG is going to raise that vapor production up. So I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 for the vapor production. Gangsta Juice. And I have that loaded up in my another little squid dripper, but this one's on my RM80. And this one is actually sub-ohmed. I've got this at 0.7 ohms. This one here, this one is an all-day vape for me because you know how I'm always big into the menthols. Well, this one is a combination of watermelon and grape, and it's got a really good menthol taste to it. On the inhale, I get the watermelon, and the menthol starts to come in, and on the exhale, I get the grape, and it just, that menthol just picks up, and you get really mad, cool, and rush. So it's got really good, you know, I can see why this is called Gangster Juice. You know, if it wasn't for DMCA with YouTube, right now I'd have the backdrop music for Grand Theft Auto Vice, no, not Vice City, San Andreas playing for this particular juice. This is really good stuff. I gotta give the flavor profile on this a 9 out of 10. Now, as far as throat hit goes on this, because it's a cooling sensation, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now, vapor production. It's consistent, just like the first one was. So that I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 as well, just because it's a 50-50. So moving on to the next one, which is the strawberry shortcake, or not strawberry shortcake, strawberry shake. And this is what the bottle looks like on the label. Now, these labels, just want to point out here, on these labels, it does say here that, show you these labels here, it says 100% USA made, and it's got a little symbol up top there with Quit That Grit, Quality E-Juice, another little symbol. So, gives the ingredients to keep out of reach of children, and it gives the website address, and it also shows no smoking and only vaping. That's what the two symbols are for. So this is strawberry shake. Now I have that loaded in my iGo L, which I have a mega microcoil. I call it a mega microcoil because it's stretched. It is stretched out and it's microed at 1.5 ohms, 26 gauge canthal. I've got that on my Bobo, so this is at 15 watts. And this is a very good juice as well. This is a very creamy. This reminds me a lot of like a shake you can get at like Dairy Queen. Not like a shake that you could get from McDonald's or Steak and Shake, but this is more like a Dairy Queen type strawberry shake, to where it's like actually fresh strawberries mixed with actual milk and vanilla ice cream. Because Steak and Shake, I know, would never do that. They have artificial strawberry sauce. They use real vanilla ice cream, but they use artificial strawberry sauce. And don't get me started about McDonald's shakes. Those are good shakes, granted, but everything's artificial with McDonald's. So, but flavor profile on this is another kind of all-day vape. This one here, to me personally, not as good as the Gangster Juice. However, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Throat hit. It's another mild, so 6 out of 10. And the vapor production, still consistent as far as the other two go, so 9 out of 10 with that. Crispy Crunch, yeah, Crispy Crunch candy bar. And here's the bottle and the label for that one. Now, when you think of this, you know, or when you hear this name, you think of like a Nestle Crunch bar, you know, and that's exactly what I thought it was. But I vape this, and it's not quite that. It's close, but got this loaded in my iGo W, which I have quad coiled, and cap back on here. Got it on my custom Miranda's mod here. It's got my name on it, all brass. So let's have a toot. And this is 0.9 ohms. Really tough to get 0.9 on quad, but it's well worth it. Okay. Crispy Crunch bar or Crispy Crunch candy. This is this tastes a lot like the peanut butter cups that Reese's makes. Which hey, I love it. Uh, it it's definitely a 9 out of 10 for me on the flavor profile, and I have another two here. Mmm, that's fantastic. This is the best out of all four. Okay, that's the reason why I had it loaded in this one. Now, the reason why I say it tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup, and it's not like the regular Reese's peanut butter cup. No, 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 no. This is like the limited edition Reese's peanut butter cup that they only put out at Halloween. That has like the little bitty chunky cut up peanuts in it that come in the white foil wrappers. It's really good, and this tastes just like that. So, like I said, flavor profile 9 out of 10. Throw a hit on this. um, it's a mild to a little bit better than a mild, so it's 7 out of 10. And vape production. Well, you've seen what I did with it, so it's still consistent. 9 out of 10. So there you have it. 4 from Quit That Grit. uh, I got to thank John for sending these on to me. Uh, Terrific flavors. You got really good company there. You got great prices. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And as always, my peeps and peepettes, happy vaping. Um, and that should not be happening. I have no idea what that was. So, group vape on that. Alright, so let's have two here. Oh, don't tell me I need to change. Gotta change batteries. Be right back. Yeah, folks, if you're gonna sub on, make sure you use the proper batteries. I highly recommend like Sodi. There's a Zombill Group Vape, Sony 30 amp, or E-Fest Purples, which would be 35 amps. Make sure you have the proper batteries.